Guys, how we doing? Here's that table I put up. I took it all apart. As you see, all the legs, the backs, the sides. And what I did is, I just hit them with the light sandpaper because they were sitting outside and they were pretty filthy. I mean, normally you don't have to do that with chalk paint, but I want a nice smooth finish on this. And this came out really, really smooth. I mean, super smooth. And you can see this one here in the first picture if you see. The tip of that one is broke off. And it's supposed to be like that. So see the line, I'm just going to nip that off and it'll look like that when I'm done. And you won't have a towel, so you'll never know that it wasn't there. And then, I got chairs. I'm doing my chairs. I got this thing here to do. This thing here opens up into that. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that yet. And this is the first layer of the shelf and the top. Yeah, it's an espresso stain. Gonna see how it comes out here. It's really bumpy. There's a lot of little bubbles in that, and I'm not happy with that. So I'm gonna sand that down once it dries. Put another coat on it, and we'll see how it comes out. But that's the top. The top was really bad shape. I did have to plug one hole. I can't even get it on. Dang, that light's coming in right there. But there was a hole in the center there, so I plugged that. The grain sort of matched up. It's not perfect. I mean, it is a trash find, so yeah, we're just going to try to make it the best we can. I have a paint right here that I'm going to turn into chalk paint, and it's a cream color. So these are all going to be the cream color chalk paint. I'm going to do my table in the same way. The top's over there, the round. That's going to be a dark espresso. Same with the seats. That's why I'm sanding them. And you guys will get to see that. Then the backs are going to be the cream color. So yeah, and that's going up for sale. Trying to get all this stuff done for the extra money to get the vehicle going. So yeah, in between, you guys are going to see a video that's coming up before this. It's for my grandson. So you guys will get to see that one, and then I'm going to put this one up afterwards. But yeah, we pulled it apart. I'm getting ready to chalk paint it now. That's why I got all them spindles set up, the legs. Legs I had to sand them a little bit because the sides here, like these here, were really, really beat up, sorry. The polyurethane on it was extremely old. And when you see when old, if you've ever redone any furniture, when that varnish gets really old, it chips and you have edges around it, and I didn't want them to show up in my paint. So that's basically why I sanded it. I just didn't want to have to put layer upon layer to keep building up past that. So what I did is just sand them down. It was a smooth layer, a thin layer, and they had a couple little scratches in them. So I buffed the scratches out, or sanded the scratches out, so that there was no scratches in it. Yeah, I got one little crack here to fix right there. I'm just going to use some wood filler and fill them in, and then go ahead and Shadow had to come up and check it out. But yeah, otherwise we'll see the new one here coming up. You guys will see the finished project. As I got to get a coat on these, and then I'll put it back together, and then I'll put a second coat on it once it's all together to make sure I seal up all the little cracks and crevices. And then we'll put the top on it, and she'll be done. So for now, later. Hey guys, how we doing? Thought I'd bring you guys out and show you what I've been so busy doing. So I'm working my butt off like every day. Yeah, like 5 days a week here. So I haven't had much time to do anything else. I'm really trying to work on getting that money for my truck going. So I got so much mess. I got this, got to go to garbage tomorrow. I just got like hooked up all this stuff here that I've been trying to get. I got a table the neighbor just put out the other day, so I got that. That's going to get painted. This here, the obelisk, I'm going to do it for like a stand like that. So yeah, that goes together. I'm going to chalk paint that. I've been starting on this one. I got the pictures up of the beginning of these that are going with this film, or with this video. This I'm working on. It's a little rack I found, and I'll show you. You guys will get to see. I took it all apart, completely apart, re-glued it, repainted it, re-nailed it, and stain the bottom, and then the top. Plus I got this table here that I'm working on. Those are the legs to it. I found this little rack thing that I gotta try to figure out what it is. I'm thinking about making a wine rack out of that. You guys get to see the chairs here. Sanded these. I got one coat of stain on them right there, as you can see. And then here's what I did is, then they're getting a polyurethane version to make them a little bit darker and give it a little shine and protection. And that's the tabletop to that little yellow table out there. So I'm working on that. Just got polyurethane. The chair did, and the backs that's gonna be painted. Those are going white, and then the tabletop's gonna get the dark stain like that, and then this here will be all white with the legs and the chairs. So we're gonna have dark on light. So yeah, I've been busy. I got so many projects. I got a window right there I want to put in over there so I can get some sunlight, some natural sunlight in here. So I'm not running lights constantly just to get light in here. I have to pull everything outside there to work out there for the light. So my sister was getting rid of a bunch of windows, and that's a brand new window. There's nothing wrong with it. It just needs to be put in. So I'm gonna have to move everything out of the way once I get all this stuff here. Plus I got a kitchen table that my wife got. That it's got, you guys can see, we bought it really cheap. It's got insulation, sprayed insulation on it, and they had it set on their back porch, so the top's in really good shape. I'll show you more of it later. I gotta get some paint. We're gonna get some paint for it, and I'm gonna just sand that stuff there off and then repaint the blue. The white is in mint shape. So yeah, it's a really nice little table. We have to get rid of the one in the house, so I'm debating I might bring that one out and re-chalk paint it. I don't know if the colors will go, if it'll sell, but I mean, this table here is from 1977. Yeah, that's an old one. So I took the leaf out of it. I'm just gonna make a nice little round table. I got a new top for it right here. Let's see, is that zoomed in? No. Yeah, let's get this out here where you guys can see it. Just a sheet of Luan. So I'm going to take that and put a new top on it for the table, and then that'll get stained, the dark stain like that. And yeah, I mean, window, wood to cut, things to do. I got this thing here I found, this wine rack. I'm going to make this look like stone, sort of. I'm going to use a different, well, the light's really bad. I've been watching a bunch of YouTube, Manny Sloan and all them people on the waxes. So I'm going to try the wax. I have the clear wax. I'm going to make some black wax. And I want to do this in a white with the black wax edges and bring out all this detail in there. As you can see it there, on there. I got to figure out what to do with about the top part, because apparently it had something setting on here, on these little things. You can see from the side. That's not the actual top, and I'm not liking how you got these little creases and big cracks open. So I'm working on that one. I just got it cleaned and everything. I mean, basically it's just a piece of plastic. It's just plastic. It's nothing fancy, but I want to make it look way different. So yeah, it's got a lot of detail to it, even down here. So when I hit that with that wax, it's gonna really be cool. I mean, it's got that rope all over it, these little things on the side. So yeah, this should be fun. I want to really do something with that. I just got to figure out, I think I'm just gonna cutting these off up here and laying a piece of wood across here and make it just a top for you to set stuff on, glasses or whatever. Yeah, I think that'll look cool. So I'm gonna try to figure out something. I want something thick, so I want to make it look like a big stone on top, like a stone top. So yeah, that's my next project. I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the windows, and yeah. I mean, so I went and got everything over the week. Like one day I grabbed stuff because I didn't have time to come home and do a lot by the time I got home. So each day I'd try to stop at Lowe's or Dollar Tree or wherever I need to go so I could get my paints, my stains, my sandpapers. These chairs took a while. It took about an hour each on these chairs to sand them down But I do use Murphy's oil soap on them, and yeah, don't do that. Murphy's oil soap is not a good thing if you have furniture. Just use a dry cloth, a clean cloth. I mean, if you spill something on it, that's different, but not Murphy's oil soap. That stuff, I mean, was unbelievable. It turned to like gum when I was trying to sand it. I went through like 15 sheets of sandpaper on my thing and that was 120. So yeah, and I hit them all with the 220. I had to do the backs because they were so gummy. I had to actually strip the backs down because it was like actually gooey, sticky. And the legs are okay. Them were pretty dry and hard. They weren't too bad, so those are going to get chalk paint along with the backs. I want these really smooth, and when you put paint on it and it's all tacky, your paint gets really rough, ugly looking, and I don't like that. I want mine to be nice and smooth. So yeah, I sanded the backs down too, so that took a little extra sandpaper. But yeah, it's going to be cool, I think. So let me get some projects going. I'll bring you guys along, and like I do, my increments, and show you guys step by step as I'm going through it. Like I said, this here's an off yellow. I forgot what color it is, but this one's gonna have the dark top on it, and then I did the dark inside. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. It's old. I know that. I found it in the trash, so free one. And we're gonna see how she comes out at the end here. And so like I said, we got that. I'll show you guys the table. I haven't decided on what colors I'm doing on the table yet. It's either gonna be a gray and white. I hate too much of the black. A lot of people really ain't into the dark constantly, but if you can contrast it, I'm gonna put a picture up of the table I've seen, and that's what gave me the idea for this one, to like modernize it just a little bit, even though it is have the country setting and colonial or whatever you call it. But yeah, I'm hoping that this will change it by bringing the whites and the dark with it to give a little character. And like this wine rack, this is pretty cool. It's I don't even know, it reminds me of an old sewing box. It's just a box inside there. It had a lid. The lid's up here, and the chain was broken, and this goes up on top of that. But it's that Formica stuff. So I mean, it's a really nice wood, and they went Formica over it. And then you got the real wooden legs, but this got that stupid Formica stuff on the side and the top. And I don't even know what you would use it for. So I'm thinking I'm gonna measure it out and see if a wine bottle will fit in there. And I think I'm just going to make a little wine cart out of it. So, yeah. And I even got an idea. I found one that I'll put a picture up maybe with it. And it's the same exact thing but flipped over. So, yeah. That's going to be a crazy project there. What we're going to turn that into. So, guys. Let me get some of this stuff done. I got my yellow here. I got to get, yeah. Let me, one thing here too. This here's Valspar Simplicity. Well, when I got this, that was going to be chalk paint, the yellow. I specifically bought that because I wanted to turn that into some chalk paint. Well, what I found out is, here you go. In fact, you can see here's the mess left over. Yeah, it turned really gunky, hard. What happened was, I mixed up my my chalk for my chalk paint, and thank God I didn't do the whole can. I poured some in that container, thought I'd just mix a little bit, and then pour that into another container to save it. Well, what happened was, oh, bad light. There we go. Hi. When I added the chalk to it, it coagulated and turned to like scrambled eggs. It's got primer in it. I didn't know that. The guy didn't tell me that he gave me a paint with primer in it. I didn't ask for that, but that's what I got. So you can't make chalk paint out of primered paint, guys. Just won't happen. The two chemicals mix together and it causes a heat reaction which starts it to cook. And you get scrambled eggs. Yeah. Who knew? So I went and got me some white paint. This here is just going to be, since it's got the primer built in, I'm just using that as like a chalk paint would be. It gives it that little bit of better stick. So, and it's sandable in between layers. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to use it straight. Paint that. I got to get the bottom covered. So I had to put that in, but I painted the whole inside, as you can see. I painted them inside there first, as good as I could, and then I'm just going to tape around the edges. There's a little bit of stuff in there, but if I have to go in and touch up, I can. It's no big deal. So yeah, we're going to get this one done. I got to get the tabletop on with the Luan, I got to get that glued on there, get some center metal pieces out of here. Them are no longer going to be needed. I'm going to screw it together with a couple pieces of wood so that metal's not on there anymore. And the top will be glued on there also, which is going to help bond it together. And the crack on it, the seam on it, I should say, where you separate it for your, which is actually this right here, is the centerpiece for it. It was so worn out from all the years of using it. I mean, 77 guys. I mean, it had a little groove to the edge. It was like grooved in, and you could see the center line really bad. I was just going to paint it, but it would just stand out so tremendously. I would have had done a gray and white stripe line, like a wood grain, a really heavy wood grain, so that you wouldn't notice the line as much. But yeah, I'm going to try the Luan thing and see how that works, and try to make a little better surface out of it, and try to make it a little better. Sorry guys, this light is like really off on here. Yeah, there we go. Try to make a better surface on it and make a really nice new table out of it. So hopefully it's going to change it enough that somebody will want it. So I got a lot of projects going. This is all going towards the van, or to the truck. The tables, this is all going on Marketplace to get sold. And yeah, hopefully this will help add to the funds and get us there that much sooner. I got this old table right here I got to get done too. That's my project for me, but it's got a leather top on it, and I want to really do that nice. But man, you can only do one thing at a time, and some things take a while to wait. Like this, when I took it apart, I had to paint it, glue it, then wait for everything to dry, clamped it together, and that took a day for that to dry. And so I sanded all these. Took, like I said, over 4 hours just to sand all them down. And then I had to do the tabletop for that, and I stained that twice. So waiting for everything to dry and stuff is the time consuming. So you just do something else. Like I would sanded these. I always sand my leg bottoms down, the feet, because that way I get a really nice smooth finish. I hate a table that's got chips out of the bottom, or you can see the old finish underneath. So even though I'm using chalk paint on this, I'm gonna be turning my white paint there into some chalk paint right there. That's white. So yeah, that's going to be chalk paint for the table. So let me get this done before this video is too long, and you guys are good to see them as we go. Later. Peace.